He not only...
Wasn't it early 2000s that he started representing Epstein?
Oh, he's been representing Epstein for a long time.
Or since the late 90s?
Yeah,
or something?
I think it goes...
They're friends.
Yeah,
he
they're close
called
friends.
him, yeah.
They're close friends.
Yeah, and he knew nothing about this?
And he knew nothing about it,
Right.
he says.
And,
Well, I mean, that's...
And Virginia says she had sex with him,
Oh,
right?
not only Virginia, but there are 2 sworn affidavits filed in court by young women who describe him having sex with them. I mean, it is the evidence, and one of the things that he has done is he has simply repeatedly said things that were not true. An innocent person doesn't do that.
Isn't that cause for disbarment? I mean, is a lawyer allowed to lie like that?
A lawyer is not, and I hope bar associations are looking at his conduct, because bar associations are supposed to protect.
Yeah, but can't
public.
you bring it to the attention of the bar association?
Well, the bar association, this is all public. I mean, the bar
Right.
associations know about this. And one of the things.
Yeah, but a formal complaint to a bar association, what that does, as you know,
Right.
is when you go look up a lawyer, that complaint pops up.
Right. We've thought about that. In fact, we've sued him, of course.
Yeah, and he sued
we've
you.
He hasn't sued me.
Oh, he hasn't sued
No,
you?
he hasn't sued me.
Because he's attacked you plenty.
No, he's not sued me.
Oh, okay.
But,
he did get you off of
he-
representing Virginia
Yeah.
for his case.
right, and that was really another step that I thought was just deplorable. I mean, what he did was, he claimed I was a witness.
Yeah, I know. To what exactly?
It's really a witness to his misconduct.
Yes.
Okay, and so he says, I'm a witness, therefore I can't be a lawyer. Now, it is true that in general, if you are a witness in a case, a critical witness in a case, there's limits on what you can do as a lawyer.
Hold up. Because you're representing Virginia, who says she had sex with him, and you're her lawyer, you're a witness to his misconduct because you're representing Virginia? Am I getting that straight?
It's pretty close to that, but what happened was, because I was representing Virginia, I had these conversations with him. And he's saying, because I had these conversations with him, I am now a witness to those conversations. So I am now a witness in the case. It is really backwards, and I think it was a terrible manipulation of the justice system.
Oh my God. How come nobody saw? Isn't that a legal malpractice case right there?
Well, it is. I don't know about legal malpractice, but what I think it was a very unjust result. However, be careful what you ask for.
Okay.
Because he wanted to get me off that case. He got me off that case. You know who replaced me?
Who?
Chuck Cooper,
Oh, yeah.
who is at least as good a lawyer and at least as aggressive a lawyer as I am, okay? And not only now, Chuck Cooper is representing Virginia suing Mr. Dershowitz, but I have now sued him personally for defamation.
All right.
So now, instead of being deposed by me, he's going to be deposed both by me and by Chuck Cooper.
Oh, boy.
So he can run, but he can't hide. But one of the things that people need to understand about his conduct here is, as I say, this goes back years, where he went on vicious attacks on these young girls, calling them prostitutes.
That's classic.
Saying they used drugs, they drank, every way that they could to diminish, demean, and hurt these young victims. And that itself, I think, was deplorable. Then
It's beyond deplorable. I mean, it is defamation, as you say.
it is, and
You know?
and now he's being held to account for it.
I think that's good.
But then once it became public, once Virginia and another girl came forward and said that Epstein and Dershowitz had abused them sexually, he went on this other attack, and he just said one thing after another that is proven to be untrue. For example, he was quoted in the Daily News as saying, I never had a massage. Then, of course, Epstein's housekeepers testify, of course he did. And then he came back and said, well, I had a massage, but I kept my underpants on, and I didn't really like it.
So
And-
these are the backup positions
and-
now that are unpeeling.
Right.
I had my pants on.
And it was an older Russian woman. Now, I guarantee you, Jeffrey Epstein didn't keep older women around
Yeah.
to give massages.
The implication being there was no erection involved.
Right, exactly. You know, then he says,
God.
he says, I want to have the truth come out, and so I'll waive the statute of limitations so that Virginia can sue me for sex abuse, and we'll let a court decide. He says, he goes on national television and
Right.
says, I'm willing to waive the statute of limitations.
Okay.
So of course, Virginia's lawyer, who wasn't me at the time,
Jumps on that.
jumped on that, said, here's a waiver.
Yeah.
And Dershowitz immediately backed away, said, no, I don't want to do that. Okay? Brad Edwards and Judge Casal
Right.
sued Dershowitz for defamation because he accused them. Dershowitz attacks all of the lawyers for the victims. And
Of course, attack everybody.
attack
Go on
everybody.
the offense.
Go
The
on
best
the offense.
defense is a
And
great
he
offense.
writes books about that,
Yeah,
about how
yeah.
you've got to attack the other side.
Keep going, keep
And-
going. He's just digging himself
He's
in
just
deeper.
digging deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
And so he goes, he gets sued. He says, oh, I really welcome this. This is going to be great. I'm now going to get my chance in court. Then you know what he does?
What?
He pays a lot of money to settle it.
How much does he pay? Do you know?
Well, that's confidential.
Okay, but
and-
lots of money.
But he paid. What I can tell you is he told me that he was prepared to pay lots of money to settle it. So he gets rid of that case. Then of course he goes on television and writes things about how he's challenging Virginia to sue him. He's calling her an extortionist and a
Oh,
perjurer.
Oh,
And he says, and I challenge her, because I want to be vindicated. She sues him. What does he do? He ducks service. All right? Then, after he agrees to accept service, all right, he insists on a delay in his time to answer. Then, when he does answer, he moves to dismiss the case on the grounds that it's past the statute of
oh,
limitations.
there we go.
And he's done everything he
God,
can.
he's such a weasel.
He's done everything he can to avoid a reckoning in court.
Oh. I
And-
won't say he's a weasel. I'll say his tactics are weasel-like.
Yeah, right. Well, I can tell you that what he has done has really been a disgrace. I think he's a disgrace to the legal profession. I think his attacks on these young victims are disgraceful. I think he's a person with no shame. He is somebody who believes that he can bully people, and he's gotten away with it
Yes, he has.
in the past.
Well, he's a protected guy
Yeah.
for many reasons. I want to